Welcome to Divine Words. Today we will learn about the Lord Kubera and a few stories about him. Let's get started. The notorious Kubera is the keeper of the wealth. A blessing by Lord Shiva that granted him the supremacy of being called as the god of wealth in spite of intending to steal his temple. We all are aware of the fact that people worship Lord Kubera and goddess Lakshmi, and it is deemed auspicious. A big misconception in Indian mythology is that Lakshmi is the goddess of wealth. Kubera, on the other hand, is actually the one who is the god of wealth, while Lakshmi is the goddess of fortune. As fortune is usually associated with wealth, the misbelief has risen. Here is the intriguing tale of rags to riches, if we may say so, or thief to a demigod. Story of Lord Kubera. As written in Shiva Puran, millions of years ago, there lived a poor man named Gunnidhi. He had no money to even buy himself food. Some days, he starved himself to sleep, others he'd rely on the theft. One night, he entered a Shiva temple with the intent to steal some food. But he was baffled to see all the precious jewels, gold, and valuable things. The diyas inside the temple went off and darkness overspread in the blink of an eye. Gunnidhi tried to light the diya for light multiple times, but every time the wind would blow it off. This continued for a while. Finally, he took his shirt off and lit fire to it, and made it through. Lord Shiva was impressed with his consistency and the fact that he brought to light in the middle of the darkness. Therefore, he blessed him to be the god of wealth in his next birth, and bringing to us the top-notch example of how easily Lord Shiva gets pleased by his devotees. In his next birth, Lord Kubera belonged to the roots of Lord Brahma's family. He was born as the son of Vishrava and Ilavida. Vishrava also married to the demon princess Kaikesi, who then bore 4 children, Ravana, Kumbhakarna, Vibhishana, and Shurpanakha. Legends say that he first lived in Sri Lanka, but his palace was seized from him by his half-brother, Ravana. He also took away Kubera's magic vehicle Pushpak Viman and banished him from Lanka. Story of Kubera and Parvati. When Kubera went to Mount Kailas once to have a darshan of Lord Shiva, he found him with goddess Parvati. Kubera was stunned to see the splendor and beauty of goddess Parvati. He felt sorry that he had not worshipped such a fine goddess for so long, and one of his eyes shut itself. Goddess Parvati got angry that Kubera was winking at her, and looking at her with evil intention. She made his eye burst. Kubera lost sight in one eye and was also cursed that he would always look ugly. Lord Kubera pleaded with Lord Shiva to forgive him and explained that he had not seen the goddess with any evil intention. Lord Shiva left the choice to his consort. Goddess Parvati forgave Kubera and let the eye grow back, but it was smaller than the other one. Kubera was rewarded by Lord Shiva with the post of being one of the guards of the 8 directions, the north. The goddess made him the lord of wealth and material. Story of Kubera and Ganesha. We should never take undue pride in our material or spiritual accomplishments. The old saying pride always leads to a fall is proved true in the following story. Kubera invited Shiva and Parvati to dinner wishing to show off his riches. But the couple denied Kubera's request and said that he could feed Ganesha instead. Kubera laughed and said, "I can feed thousands of children like this." Ganesha went to his palace and sat down to eat. He started eating all the food placed in front of him. As was the custom, more and more food was served to him, as he did not say that he had enough. Soon there was no more food in the palace, and so Kubera ordered his troops to get more food from the surrounding villages. But Ganesha continued eating and there was no more food to be found. Still very hungry, Ganesha started eating all the furniture. Kubera became very frightened. Ganesha told him, "You promised my parents you will feed me. Now, I have to eat you up as I am still very hungry." Kubera ran away and pleaded with Shiva to save him from Ganesha. Shiva asked Kubera to give up his pride and serve Ganesha a handful of rice. Kubera went back to his palace. By this time, Ganesha's stomach had become very huge, but the child was still hungry. When Kubera served a cup of rice with humility, Ganesha's hunger was satisfied. Lord Kubera is said to have performed austerities for thousands of years, in reward for which the boon from his last life came into effect, bringing to him immortality and making him the god of wealth and guardian of all treasures of earth. Thereafter, Vishwakarma, the divine engineer of the universe, built him a new domicile called Alka. He resided in a beautiful mountain residence near Lord Shiva's abode on Mount Kailash. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to our channel for more such videos.